Hello, my dearest friends. Svetlana Shlapak, the founder of ukvisasuccess.com is here. If you are an international or a family member of an international, you are probably quite naturally concerned about your present and future rights to remain in the UK. I have been practicing UK immigration law for over a decade now and discovered that a lot of internationals and their family members have only a very vague idea about their immigration rights in the UK. And to rectify this, I decided to create this special frequently asked show where I'll be answering various questions and clarifying different aspects of EU law. If you find these videos useful, please do like them, subscribe to my channel and share them with those who may benefit from them. And here is your next question. EU nationals, their family members' application forms, a permanent residence EEA PR form. Do you know what is the most common myth which the EU nationals and their family members believe in when it comes to permanent residence applications? Well, the majority believe that only those EU nationals who have been working in the UK for at least 5 years can make their permanent residence application. And this is simply not true. So who can apply? There are 6 categories of people who can make an application for permanent residence in the UK. Yes, the most common categories are number 1 and number 2. These are for EU nationals and their family members, both direct and extended, where EU nationals have been working for at least 5 years or they were qualified persons in some other capacity. For example, they remained in the UK as self-sufficient persons, students, etc. However, there are 4 more categories which allow EU nationals and their family members make their permanent residence application, and here they are. Category number 3. This is for EU nationals who ceased activity but retained their worker status. I have created a series of special videos explaining who can fall into this category, so please do watch this video if you are an EU national who stopped working in the UK, either because you retired or because of an accident or other permanent incapacity to work. In certain cases, those who started working in another country, in another member state, but retained their place of residence in the UK may also claim that they have retained their worker status. Okay, this was our category number 3. Category number 4 is for family members of EU nationals who retained their worker status. So basically, category number 4 is family members of category number 3. Category number 5 is for family members of EU nationals who have died, and category number 6 is for those family members who can prove, family members or former family members who can prove that they have retained their right of residence in the UK, despite the fact that they are no longer with their EU national family members. I've created detailed videos explaining all of the above categories. Please do watch these videos. Even if you believe that you do not qualify, you may discover a lot of new things. Yes, and one more very important thing to mention here is the fact that all extended family members can only apply for permanent residence if they have obtained a document certifying their right to reside in the UK beforehand. The permanent residence applications will not be accepted without these documents. So please make sure, if you're an extended family member, you do make an application and you obtained a document confirming your right of residence here in the UK. What are the requirements for your permanent residence application? Well, first of all, you need to prove that you fit into one of these 6 categories which I've just mentioned, and all other requirements will depend on the category. For example, for a family member of a deceased EU national, this relative will need to prove 3 things. Number 1, that the EU national has died. Number 2, that they have resided with each other before the EU national's death. And number 3, that this EU national has resided in the UK as a worker or self-employed for at least 2 years before his or her death, unless this death was as a result of an accident at work or an occupational disease. And of course, you'll need to follow the correct procedure in order to succeed in your permanent residence application. First of all, you'll need to complete the 85-page EEA form. Number two, you need to pay the fee, which is currently £65, and also you need to provide the decision maker, the UKVI, with supporting evidence confirming that you meet all the requirements. There are more than 50 different types of documents to choose from. If you already feel overwhelmed, please don't be, because this was not my intention. My intention was to make your life easier and not complicated. I therefore created a detailed, free, step-by-step expert secrets guide on how to complete your permanent residence EAPR form, where I help you make sense of all 19 sections of the form, which are spread across 85 pages. Did you know that in the last 2 quarters of 2016, more than 12,800 EU citizens had their permanent residence request refused, with a further 5,500 declared invalid. And this is a rejection rate of 28%. And you see, the problem is not in the fact that people do not qualify. In the majority of cases, they do qualify, and the applications are refused and declared as invalid because people just, those who apply, they do not understand the law behind the application forms, and they do not follow the correct procedure, and they do not complete the form correctly. And most importantly, they do not provide the necessary documents confirming that they meet the necessary requirements, which is understandable because it is virtually impossible to understand this 85-page application form without a law degree. And obviously, the applicants, it is quite hard for them to provide all the necessary documents if they do not understand the legal requirements, if they do not understand the rules. And that is precisely why I've created this free expert secrets guides, where I explained why they ask certain questions, and I explain the law behind the sections in a very simple to understand format. And this guide is recorded on a beautiful credit card size USB flash, which you'll also get for free. All you have to do is cover your shipping and handling fees. The offer is very limited, so please do apply now at bit.ly/free guide on EAPR form, so you're not left behind.